And it's one that we have been looking forward to. Toronto versus Atlanta, technically and historically, this has always pretty much gone Atlanta's way, but it's a new look Toronto and Atlanta who haven't looked dominant. Who comes out the victor? Let's find out, Ton.
Very, very excited for this one. Honestly, I think when you put these two teams up against each other at the beginning of the season, what did we think we were going to get? We still aren't quite sure, and of course with the meta change, a lot of people are speaking about Faze and expecting them to be one of the big benefactors from that. Looking towards Mikado though, rotation already in over towards P2. Both two teams just fighting over a little bit of scrap time heading over towards P1, but it is Faze first once here. Ultra have infiltrated the defense though.
Oh wow, they managed to get through. Toronto in a great position. They're putting the squeeze onto them already. BT knows they're coming for it.
Big kill's huge.
And Ultra not only clear this out, they're on the scrap time, they're on the rotation ton. That is insane.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful flip coming in from the side of the Toronto Ultra. 3 kills for Standy already. And I'm very, very curious to how both these two teams start to perform as said. Attack 56 is in, and it is going to cause problems for some teams, but some teams will revel in this change. Vaznev's much more viable.
And it's the
SMG.
thing.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, you think the SMG lineup on the side of Faze, Simple Beezy, scary, scary thought with a good SMG.
Oh, it very, very much is, and we've talked an awful lot about Toronto Ultra's confidence. It just flows like a river from them every single step of the way, but they are coming up against the damn Faze. And at the moment, oh, Sim gets 2. They're still doing a great job here. Ultra fully in control of Mikado at the moment.
Yep, lockdown. A little bit of a scare with Sim finding 2. Nothing too problematic for Toronto to deal with so far. Standy, 5 in a row from him. Looking at number 6. Snapshot coming in with attack. He should be dead and is fantastically done by Standy. That's a complete dominant hold. This has been flawless so far from Toronto Ultra. Rotation's on. Cluelexus yet.
Here we go. Atlanta Faze looking to recoup the losses so far. Selling to get that first kill here. They still have numbers. Scrap looking to see if he can find anybody who oversteps, anybody who puts a toe out of line. Ultra being patient, waiting for the pinch. Slasher's also waiting. And Slasher's found the first. Scrap takes a peek in the doorway and he's the last one alive and he's weak and they know he's here. He goes for the chow and finds Celium. Giving hopes alive for it. Almost finds a BC but not quite.
Yeah, anything was good there from Scrap, to be honest with you. Could have found a second, that would have been absurd, but Standing on his way in. Managed to pick up the streak, so keep an eye on that later on into the game. This is a crucial hold now for Faze. You let the first 2 hills really run away from you. Dominant hold when you already had the rotation coming in for P2. You get the rotation for P3. You do not make that same mistake twice. And look at this already. Number 5, Celium's on his way over. And that's a dominant spot for him to be in. He should be able to lock down back alley. This should be a rotation for Faze as well, on top of the full 60 in the previous.
Celium needs to give more help there in the back alley. It's only be Simp left alone for it. The challenge is coming in from Ultra already. Celium has to make a push. He has to put a bit of a squeeze on here and help his teammates out. They know they're there. He's just fighting off both angles. It's players stacked both sides.
Simp is chilling. Vaznev in hand. A scary, scary man now.
Format the barbershop, and it comes down to this, but Standy laying down will get the kills. And Ultra have a position at the moment to try and just hold this. Both teams looking to reinforce, but Atlanta Faze have a little bit further to go.
And I'm surprised, to be honest with you, with the position that Celium was in to kick things off. I thought he would have been able to keep them off. I thought the rest of Faze would have been there a little bit quicker. A little bit slower on the secondary kills, though. Not slow this time. Around 4 dead. 30 seconds to play with here for the Atlanta Faze, and they should be able to pick up every single second. You can already see Toronto choking this one up. And they head over towards the next hill. It's been very much whoever has that rotation is getting good time. Keep an eye on each of these rotations. If that trend does continue, it's going to be tight all the way through.
Yeah, well, advantage here for Ultra in the position already. They know roughly where they're coming from. They'll be waiting for these challenges and these trades. Now it comes in already. You can see Sandy gets the first, Scrap gets the second and the third. And Atlanta Faze had to take a breath, reorganize, readjust, and figure out how we do this again.
Both teams really struggling to break any setups so far. I'm gonna say it's the hallmark of just really good setups from both two teams, but maybe some breaks not quite coordinated as best as they possibly could be. This one is, though. My goodness, Sim straight through the front door. Has Celium side by side with him. Scrap just trying to slow things down here, and I think Toronto might just throw that up with 30 seconds left to go. First significant break for some good time that we've seen, and now Sim is skating through the middle of the map. 4 kills in a row. Rotation's now on as well. These next couple of fights heading over towards this next hill are massive.
I think he was hop, skipping, and jumping everywhere, basically just chowing every single corner over and over again. And Faze have seen, they know this rotation is here, and they're going to try and break it here. Kleenex will definitely get a kill. He's in a great position for an off angle. However, he has been seen. Sim might jump out and chow here. Salim's going to get him eventually. And not able to make that first kill in that first trade. And Salim gets the second one. And Ultra walking in the gunfight. Sim tries to jump past as the pinch comes through, but both teams fighting tooth and nail for this.
Couple of SMGs on both teams just struggling to kick things off here. Busy 4 and 9, albeit not quite as bad as Kleenex at 2 and 11. Not making as much of an impact as I initially thought they probably would, especially on Mikado. Once you're getting in there, that's when you need your SMGs to fry. They haven't quite been there, and maybe that's indicative of the fact that we haven't seen too many breaks, although we get another one here. Off the back of Simp, who gets up there, Scrap deals with him. BZ now next on the chopping block, potentially. Inside the point, no support. So good. Can he find the second on the inside? My goodness. BZ will pick up that final bit of Scrap rotation about to start coming on through. And if you're the side of Atlanta Faze, you're in the better spot for this one. Oh, yes. Salim's POV. No surprises to see that.
Well, I'll tell you something at the moment. Atlanta Faze will be in the lead. Let's find out how they are feeling, though, with Atlanta Faze. Listen in.
Streaking. Back blue. He killed me from the street. One's gonna be Barber. One's gonna be Barber. Dead. One's gonna be Barber.
I'm shooting him.
Okay,
He's behind the I can't shoot yet. Hold on.
And Barber.
That's
on blue side. Spawning P2. They're spawning P2.
Trying to help you. Stun. Close blue. Nice.
Listen, there's one white blue.
Two there.
I'll see him. I need him white chop.
I'm laying down.
I needed the push.
I'm looking at mid child. Watch my hop up. You could.
I'm watching over here. Yeah, kind of in here right now.
What's back alley?
Shine quad.
Close speed. One shot. Scrap.
Okay. One time. There's three. On all.
Try to go yellow van.
Yeah, everyone bully the right. Everyone bully the right together here. Yeah. Everyone go right and bully.
You could be close to yellow van right now.
Could already be like yellow van or dark.
I stun long.
I don't see anything dark.
Long.
120.
Nice. One's deep mid somewhere. Yo, one's tunnel. You just hit tunnel right now.
Well, Atlanta Faze calling for a bit of bullying there on one side of this map. Will Toronto Ultra buckle under the pressure? Let's find out with their very own Toronto Ultra. Listen in.
I spawned out, by the way. Hot dog weak. Hot dog dead. Back alley, cell. He's deep alley. He's cop guard. One dig, yep.
Tunnel. I'm playing my lights before. Tunnel, absolute. Tunnel still absolute.
I need the help.
P4, really big cop. Slashes him P4.
Yeah, he's gonna be
P4. In P4.
L dead.
P4 truck, bro. I can't get out here.
Left side time dead.
Nice. Might be deep in
tunnel. Yo, behind me. God. Got it.
Oh,
nice. One tunnel going hedge, I think. Or maybe hedge or tunnel. Hedge or right side tunnel.
I'm gonna hedge, right?
Yeah, I'm stuck in this time. Let's look at this time, then work a break. I help tunnel.
Back left, bro. Back left.
I help tunnel. I hear one tunnel.
Push mid.
Tunnel dead.
Child mid right here. Right got hit. Absolute got hit. I break here.
Tunnel left. Tunnel dead. I'm hitting this.
Yeah, I'm coming with.
Close upstairs. Nice, good job. They're gonna be P4s.
Could have spawned close.
They're gonna be P4. I died to a trophy, bro. Take your time, I spawned out.
Fucking deep. One's so deep. We can do it, me. Step.
Go ahead. Just stay alive, JP. You're big.
Spawned out, by the way.
Is he?
In hill. Absolute in hill. So back alley. He's going
top.
Child mid. Gonna be mid as well.
On C mid. On top.
Gonna be mid. Child mid.
Well, neither team buckling under pressure. They're Toronto Ultra trying to keep it as calm as possible as they have been going back and forth. It will be Atlanta Faze with a slight lead at the moment.
A very tight game, and has to be said. Standy having a stellar game himself, but I mean, we were kind of pointing out during the listening that we try not to lean on KDs or anything too much, but Kleenex, well, has been struggling. 4 and 21. If he can find this second one, though, this could be worth every single kill that he's already got on the Celium, just causing the issue. Kleenex just not necessarily having a great game yet. 4 and 22. It's not the kind of stat line you usually associate with him, but nonetheless, Toronto Ultra are the ones with this rotation. They need to find these kills. Standy will help Insight. They can lock in this hill. We've got pretty much a tied game heading to the next hill.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the biggest issues. You are right. We don't tend to lean on it too much, but 4 kills over the last several hills, or several rotations, I should say, isn't going to look particularly good. But Atlanta Faze want to end this right here. That's the danger for Ultra. It's still within lethal range for Atlanta Faze. Ultra have to hold everything here.
The pinches, what's the problem? They're waiting for a BZ to do something. That's what Faze are waiting on. I don't know if Ultra know that they're there. They're gonna know now, though, as the collapse is starting to come on through. Scrap, you need to stay alive. CleanX is there with him as well. We might not talk about a lot of kills, but it's important ones coming through for CleanX. Him and Standy and Scrap locking down that time. 17 seconds or so remaining. Here we go. Rotation's on.
He's going for it. Insight's over here. He's trying to get ready. He's trying to make sure they can get some sort of chaos going through as CleanX wants one more. And this is everything for them now. They've done so much hard work. They've left the last bit of scrap time. They know they have to break Barbers.
Big kill. Big kill coming on through. Barbershop is there. Insight will be able to find one. 14 seconds away for the side of Faze. The kills are just starting to flow through at the right times for them. Standy's going to move.
Standy has to be a hero. Kills, time, everything is not going to be able to get it through. And Atlanta Faze are going to lock this down. The rotation is clean. It's crisp. And it's crystal clear who the winner is in this game. Atlanta Faze lock it in at the end. Ultra try and do everything. But it was not what they wanted to come out of the back of that one. Oh, on a loss to their rivals in Minnesota. Now I'll let you guys decide who you think's the better team out of those two to lose. I'm not gonna cover that. Trust me on this one. But well, this may be a bit of a difference going into that pro-am. Seeds are up for grabs, and every single game, by the way, is 10 points towards that race towards champs.
Looking towards the statistics and specifically talking about Insight, Faze are getting clutched on quite a bit. There was, I want to say, I think it's coming in at 5 1v2-3 clutches coming on through against them last week, and somebody like Insight is somebody who will try and do his best with that kind of information. So keep an eye on the clutches that potentially could come through from Toronto if Atlanta are keeping it tight.
And all goes quiet. Everything goes still. At the moment, you can see Atlanta Faze figuring out if they can make a move. Insight will get that first blood onto Celium. That takes down some of the options for them.
Oh, I'm surprised Standy wasn't actually tempted to have a look at that. Chooses to not in the end. Oh, look at the push that comes on through. CleanX gets punished.
And now Scrap might be in a position. If anybody peeks him, it's a 3 versus 3. It's a stun check. He gets the check as well. That information will be called out. Time is running down for Atlanta. They have to make a move.
Standy in a prime position to do something, as said. Onto the site they go, though. Inside's dead silence has been popped. The BC finds another kill, and all of a sudden they just challenge. Bombs is down. Round is over. Atlanta Faze seemed in no position to do anything. Then all of a sudden it's just peak gunfights that come on through. You start winning those, it makes things a lot easier. Insight can't really do a great deal from this position. The rest of his team die around the site. 3 kills for a BZ.
Yeah, that was clear. I mean, it was just a BZ all the way through. I'll be honest with you, some of it was bait and switch, like he was covering for his teammates.
Yeah.
But that is where teamwork comes in. It's clear that they had a game plan in mind heading towards that bomb site. The only thing that could have gone wrong for them was the time. It forces you into action, and it also means the enemy team know what you're doing. But clean comms, clean teamwork pays out.
Look at this aggression from Ultra.
Yeah, they're straight in.
No, straight in. Easy. Dead silence flanking. Simp, first kill. Now all of a sudden, you've got 2 people up top in different directions to try and deal with. If you are Toronto Ultra, you've got a BZ behind you as well. Kill's going to come on through though. Selly will find one on the Scrap. Slasher looking to answer that back. 3v2. 2v2.
And it was in a great position, however. It's now CleanX.
Good spot.
The 1 versus 2. Oh, he knows where bomb is as well. Oh, no! Celium destroys him before he can do anything. They were waiting.
I mean,
they were ready.
He has ripped him as he's went across there. I'd love to see the final kill cam, to be honest with you. He must delete him, yeah. Oh, okay, well, it looked a lot quicker on our screen, but it was just like he was halfway across dead.
They were waiting. You knew what he was doing, and they punched it as well. 2-0 to Atlanta Faze now. Ultra felt like they were probably in a really good position. Just weren't able to capitalize. I think standing behind the bar was doing a huge amount of work. He was a difficult kill. Tried to reposition. Usually pretty smart on S&D, but didn't pay out for him there.
Good work from Faze. It's just picks. It's all it's coming down to. And as soon as they have that number advantage, they are not letting it slip whatsoever. First blood seems to be very, very important. It always is, but both 2 times that Faze have got it. They've been in a better position. They ain't going to get it this time. Standing in behind the bar once again. Celium with the trade 3v3.
Again, and whoa, my goodness, CleanX the lead. Slasher this time.
How do you only get 7 on the last map with shots like that?
Oh, here we go. Scrap's in a great position. Will he peek the door or will he wait? The dead silence has just run out. It goes through. Absolutely guns. Celium goes down, and that will be Toronto Ultra back on the board. It is crispy from them this round.
Lovely stuff. Making the ball plays. It's Standy on the flank that gets things rolling. And CleanX, second kill of the round. The first one, I dearly hope that he was weak, because that was an SMG, everybody. Either way, CleanX, job done. Get the confidence flowing again. You love to see it from him. First blood's crucial so far. Each time the team has found that first blood, they found the round to follow.
A little bit of life there in Ultra. Oh no, stun check straight away. Oh, Slasher's waiting for it. And Ultra, well, looking for that mid-map control again. This time have had to readjust. They are now thinking, where can we go? Can we bring this back to a 3 versus 3 at the least? But they're the ones who have to move. They have to make the movements on this map. Standy's desperately checking the corner. He is convinced Slasher may reappear. Takes a few bullets. Gets out of there without any damage, though. And we're back.
And honestly, that first blood, it's very simple. Somebody up top, stun down mid. Info check. Slasher knows that they're in there. Holds the angle. Simple. It's S&D 101.
I really like what Atlanta Faze did after that, by the way. They were spending tacticals and grenades like currency to keep Ultra on the back foot.
Slasher step back on down. A Scrap will find one onto a BZ. This bomb was going down. Then it wasn't. Now it is. Standy. Oh, he threatens. Staying alive inside the point. The timing he's just got.
Silence. They're looking for him. They're trying to figure this one out at the moment. Atlanta Faze want to snap into action, but they don't know where these players are. Standy does, though. Finds the first, gets out of there as well with his life up. Slasher is going to be found. Slasher has to go for the gun, but no! Slasher doesn't even pre-aim. He tries to get out. And Standy! Every single kill. The dead silence turns into outright violence on that map.
Ugh, this was yucky. Look at that. I think his teammates helping him out, but lovely play from Standy. What pressure. Gets a good bit of timing when he does come out of the air bomb site, but nonetheless, still got to hit your shots. Very, very well played, Toronto Ultra. Swinging now in the search and destroy.
Huge play from them, considering they lost first blood, and it looked like they were stalling a little bit, Ultra. Standy decides to come clutch in the end. Will be Atlanta Faze. A little bit of a push. Celium almost gets caught. CleanX is trying to stay alive, but the bees, he guns him down before he can do anything. Atlanta Faze looking to take full of this, and there's the wall bang. It is possible. I was to say, I haven't seen it that much on this map. Scrap doesn't get even a hit marker.
Yeah, no info. 14 bullets in a dream will now start getting aggressive. He's the one that can maybe make the break in here. To the side of Ultra. Gotta find the next kill, as BZ will then find Standy on the rotation. Slasher will find some shots in as well, and now all of a sudden Scrap on a 3 streak. I tell you what, if he finds the kill in the site there, then this becomes somewhat a little bit more doable. But position of Cell, the position of Sib, the challenge. What great shots that is out of Scrap. I think he'll still do very, very well. Continue your streak. Yeah, he just doesn't have the time.
He has 4 bullets. He's going to go for the chow, maybe. No, he's just going to stay alive for streaks.
Yep.
I like it.
Did as much as he possibly could have.
I'll tell you what, one more magazine in about 20 more seconds, and that would have been a lot more stressful for Celium.
We actually had, I said, when it comes down to stats and things like that, you know, Scrappy coming in, as mentioned, the 1.12 overall, we were curious if that living up to the hype would continue with the TAC coming in. Well, so far, so good, I would say. Scrap, 5 streak for him, albeit, you know, a couple of those inconsequential in the end. still. And this man is going to be a threat. Oh, yeah, long shots on the slasher all the way through. See you later. My God. This gun hits.
So he gets one, but he won't get the second. Stanley's there to trade. Still advantage to Toronto Ultra. Abizi has been found, but Celium will have his trade, but Scrap will have his. And now Celium in a 1 versus 2. That is a 7 streak now for Scrap. He started off 0 and 2. It's now 7 and 2. Ooh. Celium.
2 HP in the dream does manage to just about get out. Still doable for a player of Celium's ilk. This bomb is going down very far away from where he is right now. And that is not going to be an easy retake.
Just needs to find one to make this plausible. Right now, he has no information. He doesn't know where the bomb is exactly planted, on which side. He doesn't know where the players are. He doesn't know who's rotating. He could be being flanked. He has seen nothing.
Oh, doesn't seem to matter. Yep, oh, okay, not sure what happened. Nonetheless, the shot's in. The initial one's into the building. I think he just has no info. He's like, well, let's check it, I suppose, but makes no difference towards the end of the round. Not sure what the bounce was around the outside of the truck. I don't know if he's just trying to break things again, but here we are.
Oh, Ultra. Looking good. I think that's the best way to put it. They certainly are looking good at the moment. And a lot of that has to do with Scrap and Standy. They're finding kills. They are winning trades.
Interested to see what the streak does for the side of Ultra. I doubt very much. No info there for the side of Scrap. Doors open though, and all of a sudden that becomes a very dangerous cross with the way that this man is hitting his TAC 56 shots right now.
Pops the Deddy. Now going to wait a second, just waiting for a bit more of a 3-8.
Watching it. Sal's watching it. Finds the kill. Celium ready and waiting for that one. It's one out with the Toronto Ultra playbook that has been played maybe too many times now. Standing, oh, gets a bit of bad time, and Abizi and Co starting to make some pressure here over towards the A side. Bryce.
Danny's in trouble. Needs that health to regen. Laying down is a good tactic for him as well. Oh! And he finds 2. And Standy just held his nerve. Didn't panic. Didn't worry about it. Laid down. Aimed for the doorway. Atlanta Faze line up for him. And now they still have control of this site. They have bomb information. But do they have a counter to Celium?
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too slow, though.
Yeah.
Quinnick's found it's a 1 versus 3. And Celium do Celium things. He's going for a bit of a pre-fire. They know where he is. Someone's going to try and get this kill. It will be Standy, of course it is.
Frustration creeping in for the side of Atlanta Faze here. Couple of rounds where they found first blood and not made it count after the first 2, which initially went so well. Just playing those numbers to your advantage. Classic search and destroy. Ultra maybe just twisted things around a little bit. And it's hurting the side of Faze here. And one thing that I actually like from one of the listens, I know I'm going back a map here, but the Toronto Ultra comms still calm and collected. It might well have changed half of the roster. The same ethos still applies.
A bit of credit to Fox
here we
there
go.
for that one, maybe.
Haven't seen much.
No, that's actually Ultra's coach.
It is, yes. 1 and 4 from Insight. Sniper then comes out, so trying to make himself a bit more useful for the squad. 4-3 up though, nonetheless.
All goes quiet. There's a little bit of a gunfire going down, but Ultra playing patient, Standy with the pre-aim. The Vaznev has never looked so hard at this door. Inside though with the snipe.
Celium towards the back as well. Dangerous spot for him to be in. Scrap will find him. It's a 4v2 for Ultra to go 5-3 up.
Sim finds the first. Abizi finds the second. Back down to a 2 versus 2. Inside has a sniper as well. That bomb is going to be down. Sim finds. Oh my goodness. Scrapper somehow got out of that with his life. Inside's coming around the back.
Oh my god.
And now Scrap's at alone in a 1 versus 2. And Sim's not have you as well. Thank you very much. Simp, just a danger. Instantly recognized from where the kills went down. They would be pushing towards B. and then recognized what he did again. He wrapped back. He found more kills. Nobody escapes.
And I think the problem is there is actually the kill that Abizi finds on the bomb carrier. All of a sudden, your bomb's down in a horrible position. One of you's just died towards your spawn. And now we're in a really, really bad spot. If you're the Toronto Ultra, went from being good to very bad in almost the blink of an eye. I was almost calling 5-3. It's now 4-4. That was turned around very, very quickly. Feels like an aggressive push could be coming up from the side of Atlanta Faze here. They're feeling it now, the wind beneath their sails. That's a bad start. This push coming from behind, though. Standy will be up top office. Expect that to have some influence. The information will be there, though. That door has been shut. That bomb's going down. 4v4 retake.
Atlanta Faze. A couple of players will probably stay on this bomb site. It's dangerous to get out for it, but Standy will find a kill. Oh no, Kleenex gets a Beezy. It's a 2 versus 4. And that means Atlanta Faze are about to come under some serious pressure. They're trying to hold on as well. Sim does get one though. Looks for the second. Sees him, his insight's got a snipe. Sim has nowhere to go and it will eventually be shut down. Ultra with a great retake.
Looks like inside balcony to balcony, the sniper shot comes out. It's one thing that can kill quicker than an M4 in attack. There's one bullet to the dome with the sniper rifle. Well played. It's run Ultra. Not letting that last disastrous round get underneath their skin.
It is back and forth between these two teams. And Atlanta Faze, they went in that bomb site early. You thought they had a good position, but Ultra spread. They were looking for the players outside the bomb site. Just meant there was nowhere really for them to go.
We talked about those 1v1s, 1v2s, 1v3s that Faze have been suffering from. That hasn't been the case this time around. It really has just been good teamwork from Ultra. Seems like they're just getting everything done at the right time. Simp's going to find 2, though, inside of A. That breaks this round completely wide open. Standy, can he answer back with a second of his own? Staying alive and kicking just about. 2v3.
Done a really good job there. Not only stay alive, but got a trade. He makes this plausible. Goes back in. It's going to find a Beezy. Beezy staying alive. Of course he does. Just impossible to kill him eventually. Takes him out by the ankles, but Selim gets inside as well. Stanley left in a 1 versus 2. We've seen him clutch before. Can he do it one more time? Can he put this map to bed?
Can he get away? Can he get away?
Still haven't got any information. They don't even know he's escaped. Standy is going on the flank. Maybe they heard him there.
He's got Daddy. Daddy's popped.
Here he goes. He's in a good position. Are they ready and waiting for him? Selling like the timing. Where's Slasher as well? It doesn't matter. They wait for the trades. There will be no clutch for Standy today, Ton.
And he holds such a tight angle there. To the point where Slasher can kind of be bait to a certain degree. But he doesn't show himself for the child that could come around the corner. Just holding that tight angle. And that is unfortunate for Ultra. Back and forth we go. This one could go either way.
Well, let's see who has the ice. And a Faze will have the attack. Straight in for a Beezy. Will this be a fast push? You can see the stack coming in from Ultra. They are already in the A site.
Not a Faze have much information of this. They will peak slowly. Trophy's down, so they will presume at least there's one in that.
Oh!
Good timing. Great timing.
Excellent door play there, Standy.
Can't teach it, man. Streaks coming in. Now, who's that from? I presume that was from the Ultra side. Yeah, Scrap had one, if I remember rightly. Doesn't find anything.
You can feel just how dangerous this is for both teams. Score streaks coming in, both teams stacking up for as well. Beezy tries to find the first blood. Got to be careful though, both teams will stack in. No hit markers from anything there. Time slowly running away. Atlanta Faze want to push this tempo. They want to break through.
Gotta go shoot.
Cannot find a kill.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. They gotta go. Stanley's there. Finds one, finds 2 inside the site. And that can make the difference now. 23 seconds remaining. Celium will answer back 2v2.
Slasher's going for it as well. Just no time for this one, Ton. No time at all. Scrap's going to see Celium. He's going to go down at Slasher for a 1 versus 2, but time is against him. Positioning is against him. The players are against him. He finds the first. The second player was in the corner. The second player was in the corner.
Time. He doesn't go for it. He doesn't go for the plant.
He doesn't, and Stanley will win this by standing still.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. That is just one of those things. Obviously, we saw it, we knew, but Codcaster X-Ray is not gameplay. Whew. And
I thought he was
disappointed.
I thought he was going to his line of sight towards the end, Bryce. I got very, very scared. What a game. What a heavy. Most control maps are on Modern Warfare 2 at this moment in time. I want to point out, though, one thing that Miles said. This may well change over time. How's it going to change heading into week number 2? That's not a good start.
Well, there goes Stanley. He's killing everybody, whether he should or not. And kicks off this control. What it does do, though, put Atlanta Faze back a step or two. He's a madman.
I mean, we had Slasher doing exactly the same, if I remember correctly, on this map last week. It wasn't on control, it was on Search and Destroy, and everybody was still dead, but... Alright, put your knives away, boys. Stop swinging them about. Big gunfight win couldn't come on through for a BZ. Keep an eye on inside, though. He will constantly lock down over towards the radio tower. He's such a pain to get rid of in this position as well. Looking like Faze are concentrating their efforts over towards B, the harder of the two sites to get a hold of.
So we'll have to readjust as soon as that call comes in. The information comes through, and Simba Slasher get it. They might be able to go for a stack here, and it looks like what's happening. You can see all of that Atlanta Faze jumping this. The first tick is already in. Stanley, you might have to move. That second tick is already going through as well. Second tick is now in. Stanley's trying to do something, but Atlanta Faze have made the stack call. Somewhere, Alley Caddy's very, very happy with the stack that's come in. And that is mad from Faze. They found two went right. Commit.
Now, this is a very, very bad situation for this side of Toronto Ultra. I don't need to spell it out for you, but that's a big kill for Scrap to find out. And we'll just release Ultra from the constraints of their spawn. A BZ, a couple of bullets in insight, backs on up. Doesn't need to try that gunfight against attack. But that, brilliant call coming in from Faze. Didn't really need to do too much in terms of the slaying ability. Just said, right, okay, well, let's just jump on it. Ultra not in the position to answer.
Yeah, I think I may have caught them a little bit off guard. Just completely.
And just one thing to point out as well. Atlanta Faze only have one round of offense on control so far this year. This is a damn sight away to be doubling that effort. Big gunfight. Now they can start wrapping around that spawn. Toronto Ultra having to hold on tight here. Down 2 lives. Still doable for them.
They're trying to figure out a way to get inside out of that position, but they're using the doors as cover. That's that first tick done. Atlanta Faze just stopping the clock for a second, putting a bit of pressure on, but Simp with the reload at the wrong time. He's going to get his trade. They're keeping this alive and slightly chaotic. They do not want to give Toronto Ultra an opportunity to push them back. Insight hasn't died yet this game. He's 3-0. He's still sitting up there. He might be running out of ammo soon.
Having the time of his life. Just chilling if you're inside, because the rest of the team are getting the job done. Scrap, Standy, Kleenex, find the kills. Celium's the only one who can answer. And for all that B did get locked in quickly, Atlanta Faze have been able to do very, very little about this A site. Ultra defended, extended out where they can to make this more difficult. But 7 seconds to go. One more bite added if you're Atlanta Faze.
Wow, Slasher tries to get through, not going to be able to. And eventually, Atlanta Faze with a great play onto the B control point. Can't find anything really going at A.
Yeah.
Ultra locked it down.
And I think Ultra will probably be a little bit annoyed, I would say, with how they lost B, but nonetheless defended A very, very well. Insight not dying until, well, the final trade of gunfights. So, I'm boring all the time over towards Satellite. Is it a Satellite? It's a Satellite tower. You know what I meant.
Well, let's see if Toronto Ultra have a tactic to break this. If they can get an attack here as well, they'll be in a fantastic position because they're already going down. But Slasher is more than equal to it. He's another player as well, but Stanley will get his trade. Straight into it. Dead silence popped. Waiting for the push he knows coming. I tell you something, his awareness in this series has been next level.
I feel like he's going to be allowed to spread his wings on this Ultra team. Pushing forward, getting aggressive. Slasher in trouble, Slasher dead. And Scrap cleaning up behind him as well. This should be A, or at least a good chunk of it. Sip and Celium, though, doing a good job in towards the bar. Celium's going to go for the chow on this one. Oh, Standy still going. 4 in a row. Great SMG shots. Overwatch coming through from, well, Kleenex actually over towards the top side. I just presumed it would be inside, but all right. Putting pressure on B here as well, Bryce. Moment.
They are. Sim will eventually clean it up, but A is the one you normally kind of expect to go, and they've got it. In a fantastic position. I'll tell you something, Standy just doesn't stop. There's 6. Looking for the 7, almost snapped at it easy. Can they find this? So many times, Ton, on this B site, it's almost like a little bit of a light switch. If you can get in and get on, we're in a great position.
This is a good position for them to be in because they cleaned out the spawn. They got rid of Simp, who was in green. If they can find this next gunfight, if Slasher dies there, then it's a different story. Insight will then find him, but Faze are in a good spot to counteract this, but that's 1 tick. They get them off it, but a little bit of damage done already from Toronto Ultra. They will have the advantageous tick advantage. Words are hard. If this is how it ends, they have a good opportunity here, though, Bryce, to get a hold of B in total and go 2-0.
What they're probably going to wait for here is the player to try and get a little bit of space, either through the inside or round, because Ultra know they have the time to make this push perfect. They just have to be patient, and Scrap is willing. Slasher to just show any part of him. See Sim and goes for the chow. It's a very difficult one and doesn't win it.
Just once again waiting for that flank. Celium on his way around. He's got some really, really good timing. Just holding down the spawn, though. I'm curious. You'll see Ultra spawn in towards green, so they'll get a presumption there's somebody in and around it. Slasher will find a kill, though, and here we go. Faze now able to push up. Faze now able to take control of the map. BZ will start to clear things here. As I said, Ultra already have an advantage in terms of finding that extra tick over Faze so far. Still have 40 seconds to add to that.
Ultra aren't going to stop pushing this tempo either. They've got nothing really to lose here.
Nope.
They get another tick. Great. They get the point even better. Trying to slow down the reinforcements coming through, but he won't get it. And Ultra are on. Clock has been stopped. That second point will now come through. All 4 players of Ultra, they may stack it themselves. That's 3. Inside's going to get on there for the 4th. It's rocketing through, and I don't think it's going to be anywhere near. They are not. Ultra will take the attack as well.
As soon as Simp dies on the flank, it is curtains. He finds the first kill and goes for the Charl in the second, but I don't think he anticipates the fact that his teammates are all going to die as well. Mind, if you'd found that, that would have been a ridiculous gunfight onto Insight, but can't get the job done. Toronto Ultra 2-0 to the good.
And that's the problem. Sometimes you can be in a good position, but Ultra waited. They knew they just had to make a couple of kills. Atlanta Faze were caught flat-footed. And now they have to win their own attack. We could be seeing a very quick control.
Standy managed to pick up a streak during that final round. Well, the previous round, I should say, is Kleenex snap. Starting to get some control. Being aggressive, that should be traded. It's done so. Scrap's in a bit of bother here, but I like the aggression that's coming through from Ultra here. Don't want to lose B like they did last time, but of course they do have a streak in their back pocket now with Standy. He will remain aggressive, irrelevant of that. Coming through. Slasher, we'll see you later. Look at this. I mean, if he'd hit that on the Celium, it would have been something special, but losing B here.
Scrap holding him off, though, and the best part about this is they just don't have anything to get that tick locked in. Already pushed Toronto Ultra into reacting. They're still trying to find something. Looks like they might swing towards A here. They have players to make it happen. They're trying to figure out if they have enough bodies and enough positioning. Slasher is on Overwatch. He knows nobody's here. 2 players now in the point for Faze.
Should be it, really. Got Slasher in this position. 2 players over there. Looks like Ultra don't even want to be part of this. Hey, yeah, okay, let's send Standy over, see if he can do anything. That looked an absurd gunfight from this angle, and all of a sudden Ultra say, yeah, well, maybe we can. Selling finds him. Scrap will find one. Just toying with Faze a little bit. It looks like they're going to give it away, but just making it as hard as possible.
They have the lives. 1 minute 40 on the clock here for Atlanta Faze to find B, to stay in this control.
Keep an eye on Kleenex.
Yeah, they have to clear him out. They have to do something. Cannot be able to stay, but Slasher will find one, but they need to find a couple more. They don't want to commit to this site until they find at least 2.
I could sell him. He knows he's there. They are literally right next to each other. There you go. Finds Kleenex. So maybe Faze will start making a move, but there's another player on the flank now. It's Standy. He's constantly being there. He's going to be spotted by Simp though up top. And all of a sudden, he's in danger, gets traded. Now it's doable for Faze. They can all start to shove up. They know they've cleared around from behind, and Simp is still here, still being aggressive.
Oh!
This would have been doable. He was in such a good position with Faze still. Not in a bad spot.
They're going to chow up easy here. They're going to know he's here. That's never that range. Not exactly what we want, but Slasher will get that trade anyway. Insight staying alive up top. Time has been ticking down, and FaZe haven't found the wave of kills they want. Ultra are going for the stack, though. They aren't flanking at this point, whereas Atlanta FaZe actually are.
FaZe just meticulously trying to work their way through, but, well, very quickly get themselves killed. Cellium's the only one who can answer. I mean, this is really hard now for the side of FaZe because Ultra are just going to force up. They don't care about Cellium. Just push up, stop the reinforcements coming in.
Cellium wants to find a kill, and they're looking for him. Scrap already finds Slasher. 17 seconds. Stanley finds Simp as well. Cellium's like, where can I help? But BZ's got a trade! Cellium gets another one. A ray in the darkness that has been this control. Kleenex is still in the spawn now. BZ has to get on the stop the time, but has he got the angles? Has he got the protection? Stanley's going to come straight in for it, but he gets taken down by Simp. Scraps is inside going through. Kleenex another one as well, and Ultra have just put FaZe down. They couldn't find anything in 1 minute 40. A flawless control.
And again, FaZe's woes on the attack and control continue. It looked slow, it looked meticulous, but it felt like they're just trying to dot every I and cross every...
Atlanta FaZe have came out on top. That probably goes all the way back to something along the lines of when Ultra actually won an event.
A long time ago. A long time ago. And one other point I wanted to make about the hard point before we do get into the nitty-gritty of it here. FaZe have got the most 0-point hills in the game. They are happy to chalk a hill up. Well, they're not going to be chalking P1 up because that's 4 dead. But nonetheless, they are one of these teams who will be happy to move on if they can't find any points on it. And that's going to be important here over on towards Hotel. They've got the good spawns heading over towards P2. They had 4 dead. They got time on the back.
I feel like Standy has really upped his game, not just in terms of gun skill, but even things that you see like micro plays. He waited there. He didn't even dare peek in towards Dyna before waiting for his team. Just making sure he's making the right play. But Atlanta FaZe will have control of this rotation. Scrap time over to Ultra.
Shots from Cellium. Start the lockdown. The spawns over towards Plat, and of course they're being enforced because Insight's now pushed through Jewel, as Atlanta FaZe will be well aware. Slasher towards the back, and that is why. Watching from the pillar, you would have expected on the staircase, considering the fact that Abizi has control of reception, but nonetheless, the push coming in on a 2-pronged attack from the side of Ultra. Scrap's going to find a kill on the flank, though. So all of a sudden, this break's wide open. Sen turns around at the wrong moment, and it's nearly a clean break. Cellium's the only one left here, but the spawn's coming in towards Spar for the side of FaZe.
He's desperately fighting for back control, and he will go down to the nade. Danny finds 2. Ultra are in, and they have locked it, but Sim will find a nade, but is it going to be enough? Because bearing in mind that rotation is looming.
Got to think about it in a second. You can see already Slasher's away. So yeah, okay, I'll lock it down, see what you can do. Good shots from Cellium, not good enough. Simp, you'll do well to break it from here, son. All of a sudden, Ultra will pick up those final 15 seconds, and that is an encouraging break for them heading over towards Kitchen. But if any team's going to lock 60 in here, it could well be FaZe. Yeah, you get past Slasher, you get past Cellium, you got Simp and Abizi to deal with in a close quarter situation. Good luck, Ultra.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure coming into Slasher. Nades and tacticals raining towards the back.
Spawn out.
He's trying to stay alive, especially with that call that's coming in. He's going to know that the pressure is coming onto him again, and there comes the stun check. Eventually, Cellium will have his back, though. Cellium gets 2, trying to rebuff the pressure. They know the pressure will now come through Dyna.
And I think Ultra maybe just, they're being a bit slow there because of the fact that they know Cellium's going to spawn out because of how much pressure they're putting on towards back Kitchen. And well, maybe not, but Kleenex is going to find 2, just break it wide open. They weren't quick enough on the previous engagement. They were very much quick enough there. That's a 30-second point hill potentially on the cards now for them. Cellium tried to break it open on his own. He didn't going to be able to do anything because he's been stuck. He's dead. That's another 30 points over towards Ultra. It's going to be about a 40 or 50 point lead hanging over towards P4.
Oh my goodness,
God.
Huge kill towards the back here. Kleenex will help as well. And now what was a good position for Atlanta FaZe has already been shook to its foundations by Ultra. They're now looking to see if they can squeeze anything more out of Atlanta FaZe, but they are just playing their lives very, very well. Great recovery from FaZe.
Yeah, it was looking really dire for them there. Still Kleenex on the flank is going to find one, and that will create issue once again. Slasher behind the desk. Oh, he could be in trouble. Holding the angle, waiting for the rest of his team coming on through. Now Kleenex will forget about that. Move forward. Cellium cannot be moved. Standy inside will find kills. Selim still alive and kicking.
Oh,
There's the break.
Scrap has been very, very precise with his tack. It will go down as well. Ultra will still regain control of this scrap time as we look to the next rotation. Atlanta Faze are in position for it.
I want to point out that Kleenex started 0 and 5 on this map, and I was getting a little bit concerned. But
Yeah,
this time around, he's already got more kills than he had in map number 1, so that's a start.
Here comes the break again. If Ultra can make this, it's not easy though. They're waiting for more players to come through. They know they don't have the bodies yet. The player is going out to the flank. That's going to be inside. 3 stack here from Ultra.
It's pretty essential if you want to try and find a break. Gotta push via kitchen or at least through mid. Kills not going their way. All of a sudden inside. What's he going to do on his own? He will find Celium and just maybe disrupt things a little bit. Rest of Ultra spawn a little bit closer now. 40 seconds still to play for here. One more final touch.
Being a pain. Just making sure they have to keep an eye on carpet. Danny trying to find a way through. Goes for the chow. Looks for Slash, who's going to stand up. Takes him down as well. And Ultra break in to stop the bleeding. Atlanta Faze are wondering how on earth he's managed to do it.
It's all through the front door. Honestly, I expected that. It had to be a pinch kind of setup here from Ultra if they want to do anything with Standy all on his own. Finds 2, finds the third to lock in those final 20 seconds. And Ultra retain that lead that they had a hold of. Quick look at the scoreboard. Nothing untoward to talk of. But Atlanta Faze heading back over towards Glass now. I've now got something to worry about.
Pressure is on Atlanta Faze. They've been buckling under Ultra's breaks and Scrap. Not a good streak. Not a great streak. But at the moment, Atlanta Faze still have control.
Still have control, but the pressure is in here. Standy may well be in trouble, has to swivel pretty quickly because they're now going to be forcing him from kitchen if you're Atlanta Faze. The spawn is there. Standy was momentarily on a 5 spree before he goes down, but Ultra have broken on through. Now it's running the gauntlet if you're Celium. Spawns are kind of all over the shop, to be honest with you. I'm really struggling to figure out who actually has control in the end of this phase for the final 20 seconds. And it looks like we'll be heading back over towards P1 with the game pretty much tied up.
Yeah, it has been very much a back and forth game here. Nobody really able to get a definitive lead ahead. We go to P1. It does look like it might be Ultra in control. You can see they have Diner at the moment. Expect to see Atlanta Faze probably swing towards that side of the map and see if they can punch through.
Kills coming through. Over towards P1 once again. It's felt like such a strange game as we have a momentary lapse. It's felt like it has had its chaotic moments, but then stands still for so long. But nonetheless, the scores are tight. Sim just ready and waiting for a player pushing over towards Couches. Now that gets embarrassed by Standy. Not quite this time. Simp and Slasher getting the kills. Kleenex will just about hold down the spawn. Ultra have let a lot of time leak here. Still with 30 seconds over towards P1. They've really banked on keeping a hold of these P2 spawns, but they need to make sure they do because they are sacrificing a lot for it.
With 22 seconds left to go, Atlanta Faze want to make a push. They know that Ultra will be ready for this because the pressure has stopped on P1. So they're desperately looking for anyone to make a mistake, but Ultra aren't even giving him a shoulder.
Yep, that was Sniff. He will find Standy towards the back, though. That's going to open up a door that Atlanta Faze are quite happy to walk through. Slasher on a 7 spree. They're pushing towards the back now, and all of a sudden, it's the cleanest of breaks we've seen all day long. Strong Ultra. They sacrificed absolutely every single point over towards P1 to hold P2 spawns and get broken immediately. It's a disaster.
They've actually got the pressure back onto this. Ultra have got a pinch coming through. They're looking for Standing. Kleenex and Scrap. Get 3. You said clean breaks. Well, there's another one. Ultra regained completely with the pinch.
And that's one of those moments for Faze. You're nearly celebrating the map. And all of a sudden, you get broke back so cleanly. And remember what happened last time we headed over towards Kitchen? It was a nice break from Ultra that time. They're going to need to do the same again here. They are still going to just about be behind by maybe a point by the time we head over towards P3. It's pretty much going to be a tie game. It's been a hell of a series so far. It's going to come down to the next 3 or 4 hills.
At the moment, Scrap is in the position. He's going to win that first gunfight towards the back. It throws chaos into the, but Celium will win and a crucial gunfight. But Standy has slipped the net. Well, you see Celium, he finds the first one. They're now fighting from a great position here. They're winning the gunfights as well. Reinforcements of Faze have to push through Diner fast. But Simp is there with a 2-piece to shut it down. Kleenex is desperately trying to get him as well. Finds his way in, but Slash is equal to it. It's an absolute bloodbath in the kitchen. but it's Faze who come out on top just.
They can't win here. That's crucial for the side of Ultra. Faze cannot win here. Celium is having a hell of a game. 26 kills already, and we may well have another good minute of this game. You're left to go. Inside, just trying to find a break somewhere, just trying to find some sort of disruption to the dominance of Faze in this hill. Inside standing, get the job done. It's only going to be one player left towards the back, and that's going to be Slasher. Do you concentrate on the reinforcement to rotate? No, you don't. You want this final 15. Rotation now coming in, and the first ones there are Ultra.
They have to hold. They are outnumbered, though. They know an Ultra player is going to be left on that last hill. If they can find a first blood, the trades will be in their favor.
Didn't hit him. Didn't hit him. He didn't know he was there.
Ultra can win off this hill. A flawless hold will be all their series. Scrap jumps back into it. Stanley's here waiting as well.
Gotta go huge. He's gotta go huge. Did they know he's there? Oh my goodness, Stanley free. One kill. Oh my god, he's reloading a BC towards the back. They find some kills at Spa.
Scrap with pressure. He hasn't got the reinforcements to look two directions at once. He knows he's going to put under some pressure now. Has to hold his nerve, and he finds him as well. And Abizi goes to the challenge. Thank you very much. I knew you were there all day, son.
Push towards the back's got to come in from Faze, but they're in danger of just being forced out. The streak comes in from Slasher. It's wonderfully played. Selim will find one himself, and it's a clean break. Abizi finds a way through. Kleenex needs to go huge. Finds two towards the back. Staying alive for the rest of his team. He can keep putting the pressure on. Neither team can now win here. It's all about the rotation.
And they're sprinting for it. Ready, Scrap trying to get a little bit disappointed as well, but Scrap's going to win the gunfight regardless. Doesn't even care. Stanley finds another one towards Dyna. Ultra are in. They are locked. Faze need 3 seconds, but they also need a miracle.
One final break. 10 seconds for Ultra. If you Faze, you've got to go. They're setting up from mid. They're setting up from Jewel. You've got to move.
They're looking for this one as well. They're trying to get into his window. They get one. Sim gets a second. They're pushing the tempo. They're trying to, they get three, but Stanley's alive, and down he goes. And
no way.
4-9 and 250, and Atlanta Faze break Ultra at the last possible second. I love these two teams. They should only be these two teams we watch from now on. What a day at God.
Oh, what a game. And Ultra just cannot beat this team on hard point. It can't make sense to me, Bryce.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. They'll be relying on Standy again if he can do this kind of stat line. 14 and 7. But at the moment, we will find out. At the moment, the attack's coming through. It's aggressive from Ultra. That's all mid-map control to them. And Stash is going to see it and be like, hey, they've got a lot of bodies there. Let's readjust.
This is a map we haven't seen from Toronto Ultra in a competitive setting. We've seen it once from Faze in the loss against Boston, I believe. So we now see a rotation round, and if I remember correctly, it was just absolute chaos in the Faze game previous. Are they going to want that here? I don't think they're going to get that out of an Ultra side. Both teams so well drilled, but this moment in time, Faze in a good spot to potentially get this one down over towards A, and that's what they're going to choose to do. Look at this stack from Ultra.
For it as well. There's 3 in open, and they get away with it. Abizi now has to try and reinforce a 2 versus 4. Desperately want to bring the numbers back in this one. Scrap goes for a chow, because of course he does. Wins it at the same time, and Salium looking for it. The wall bang isn't working out. Just cannot get anything to connect. Eventually finds one onto Insight. Scrap is defusing though. That will be done, dusted, and wrapped up in a pretty bow, because that round is gone. Ultra. That's an interesting play call. They stacked open.
It's just like, yeah, okay, well, let's think of the place that has no cover and just send everybody there. They won't believe it. And I don't think they did. One child comes in over towards open, think, yeah, okay, that might be one of them. I'll get traded. No, there's 3 of them. So an obscure one, if you like, from the side of Toronto Ultra will open things up, but it's a defensive round win for them. They'd be happy at that. Any round they can take so far. We know how close map number 2 was between these two. A bit of a different tactic. No, it's a disaster. That's what it is. Standy dying to Scrap. That is one of those moments that's just unfortunate. Can he make up for it? Similarly gets dealt with. Kleenex does help it out. 3v2 in favor of Faze.
Runs straight into Abizi though. That dead silence doesn't stop the bullets. Insight in a 1 versus 3.
That'd be pretty broken.
He has been the clutch master in past years. To find a 1v3 now could very well break Faze's morale.
It's been 5 times so far. where the numbers have been 1v however many members of Faze that they managed to lose a round. This doesn't feel like one of them, but bear that in mind. Not in silence or anything, yeah, you know. Not a hope, not a prayer.
Oh, he knows he's going to be challenged as well. He's running for his life. Doesn't find any magic that time around. Insight cannot pull off a miracle. And it goes to 1-1 between these two teams.
Yeah, that's one of those 1v3s that, hey, look, Insight's pulled off some sensational ones in his career, it has to be said. That didn't feel likely at any single stage. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. But one apiece. I think, you know, Standy will probably be ruining that team kill over towards Standy, who has a scrap on Standy. You know what? Never mind. They'll not be happy. Nonetheless, here we go. Round number 3.
They'll make up for it if they win, though. Right here, Ultra playing a little bit slow. Just seeing if Atlanta Faze push. That nade will give them some indication. Scrap doesn't even get a hit marker on him. He's just waiting patiently. Sniper in hand.
Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Get out. Surprised to see Scrap with a sniper out, considering you have Insight on your team, but nonetheless, holding this angle, I'm happy to do so.
Trying to thread the needle here. Simply give him enough pixels. He will take it. Bomb is now down. Advantage to Faze here.
Look at Abizi. Look at Abizi. He's thinking about it. He slipped the net. The Insight just bangs it. There we go. And Standy finds one towards the back. So Abizi, they still don't have any read on him. They got a read on Celium. Oh! They know exactly where they both are now. This could be a good retake.
It is going to be a retake. And Clearex is here. Finds the first. Where's the second? Looking for Celium. Celium finds one, but he runs straight into Kleenex. And Ultra retake again on this bomb site.
I would love to see how it transpired within Art. I think Abizi might have been up top and they've all kind of ran low. They've somehow got through, considering Abizi may well have been watching that. It's hard to say, of course, when they've been an upstairs and a downstairs on that one, and I think the Inquisition will continue to go on, but felt like that was a very easy push from Ultra, pretty much undetected, down through Art, through cannons, and all of a sudden towards the back spawn. It's an easy enough retake from there, but yeah, strange one.
Yeah, they didn't have as much control as they thought they did towards the back of that map, Atlanta Faze, and yeah, they just players kept getting through. You thought maybe they had it a little bit locked in, but it could be just a miscommunication or a little bit missed game plan. But Ultra will hold the lead here now, and it's going to be an angle from Kleenex. Abizi gets the first kill. Kleenex desperately fighting for his life. Has to back off.
Standy's got to be the one here for Ultra, because now if you have Kleenex in your Scrap, Rock and a Hard Place springs to mind, but Faze just back on down. And that's now still going to slow Ultra down because they know they'll have to go for a full retake, but the information is going to start slowly and surely being downloaded by Ultra. They'll now figure it out exactly what's happened. They're checking the corners, but it's slowed them down nonetheless. But look at this from Standy. He is ready and waiting to pounce. Here we go. There's one and out.
However, it has been traded. It comes back down to a 2 versus 3. Standy pops the dead silence. Looks for his next victim. Hasn't seen it. We'll see Celium, who stays alive. And they now know where he is, but Scrap will get simped.
It's a hell of a chal from Scrap. And it's going to give him the opportunity to get this bomb down. Standy still causing issues. Standy shot in the back, but now they know where Slasher is. Celium's got a chal. He goes for the chal. He finds one. Can he find Standy as well? 1v1. Slasher there. Can he find it? Yes, he can. My goodness. Huge round. 6 HP. And for all that it was just standstill for the majority of the round, explodes in the chaos. It's a trade fest towards the end. Slasher gets it done.
I think also one of the benefits there was I'm fairly certain Standy hadn't regened health.
Probably not.
If you think about how much he snapped on, just one more bullet may have done it onto Slasher, but Slasher only had to hit one.
It'd be interesting to see if he did.
I'm fairly certain when we saw him going for that gunfight, he was on 6 health. So it was kind of crazy. That's probably why I think they also chowed, because he called out how weak he was and wasn't expecting to see a full health player in that corner. Good bait and switch, but didn't play out for them. Atlanta Faze, it is coming down to the tiniest of differences.
Thought about it. Ooh, scrap. Yeah. Right time to back on down. Once again, the tight angle with the sniper. The attacking round from Faze here. Happy to give up a little bit of map control and just wait for Toronto Ultra to maybe make a misstep, but knowing this team, I don't think they're drilled that way. They're not built that way.
No. It's difficult to counterplay this. He has a trophy down.
Watch your head.
We have to go for it, Sim again, looking for it, and he hits the hit marker, goes for the nade out as well, tries to get it, but Kleenex has got first blood regardless, and there is just a ton of wall banging coming into the site. Bomb now down, but they are down in numbers here at Atlanta.
Celium will slowly start to move over towards top. Cannons or will he? He's just ready and waiting for the push to come through. Evens the odds. No, it looks like a quick scope coming in from Scrap. 3v2 now. Celium's going to get caught on the transition. Lovely play from Standy. So patient. And all of a sudden, Slasher 1v3. Info should be there on him. Shots are in. He's already dead. Toronto Ultra with a retake once more.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know Atlanta Faze should really plant anymore. They've been just retake after retake. Ultra seem to be experts at it.
It's one of those, isn't it? Like, I'd be interested to see the Scrap gunfight again, because I think if Simp finds him there, it's such a different round. All these kills are so important. Trading blow for blow, Brycey. I know where we're going. I know where we're going.
These two teams is written in the stars. Every single time they play, they give us an incredible game. And so far, I'm enjoying the S&D. I don't care what round it ends on, just as long as it's every bit as good as everything we've been watching. Here come Ultra, looking for another push. And that's going to be first blood. Celium gets caught with a nade.
And that's one where you just expect there to be a trophy down, and the grenades out are just... I mean, they're inevitably just going to count out towards nothing, but nonetheless, they find the kill. And this could be a huge round. Bomb going down, numbers up. Gotta win it if you're Ultra.
2 versus 4. Ultra in a supreme condition. A Beezy finds one, though. 2 versus 3. Slasher has to find another one, or a Beezy does. Try to get some numbers onto this site.
Make them work for it if you're Ultra here. Oh, Slasher's found another one. Brycey.
Kleenex is weak. He's at the back here, but time is against them. They have to move. Atlanta Faze need to get Kleenex out of this bunker. They need to shut him down, but he's just playing his life. He refuses to give them an inch. The Scrap says, all right, I'll take the easy gunfight. Reach out.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Slasher. Beautiful play there in the end. Kleenex playing his life. Forced Faze to try and figure out a Rubik's Cube, essentially. Do we go? Do we not? Do we chow? Do we not? Ultra
Slasher does
incredible.
Slasher does so well to find two. Does so well, considering the setup that's in from Ultra, considering the number advantage that they have. That was a 2v4 at one stage for Faze. Brought it back to a 2v2, but time was the ultimate enemy there. Could not find Kleenex towards the back, who just, for all that we rated him about map number 1, plays his life so wonderfully. 4-2 now. There's a bit of a gap. So we're on Ultra. 10-game hoodoo that's continuing. Well, will it continue a little bit longer? Celium, first blood, 4v3.
Standing not able to find anything there.
In a bad spot.
Health points.
Bad spot.
Breathney gets knocked down, but Kleenex is trying to look for his trade. Standy staying alive might be enough. And Ultra just playing a little bit compact. Don't want to give anything away here. They've been really good at retakes so far onto 8. Will they do it again, Ton?
Faznev here. Oh, and something else. Oh, and a grenade for your troubles. 20 HP, survives. Insight will find a kill on the Simp as well. That was on the bomb. That was on the bomb. 36 seconds remaining. And Faze have to do something about this.
I love this, Danny. Can he find it? He's going to look for it. Oh, Beezy looks him straight down the scope and takes one between the eyes. Faze had everything. It was a 3 versus 4, but they now have nothing.
Oh, Standy's going to be found, and now this is a precarious situation. Isn't going to get out, though. Kleenex surviving, the mid-map Slasher's on his own. 10 seconds to go.
Running.
Get away from it.
Slasher, they're just going to have one player check this in time. He goes for the reach out. He goes down, and Ultra are a round away. The smiles are big. The vibes are high. Ultra can feel it in their fingers, and they feel it in their toes. history may be changed. A 10-game losing streak between these franchises. Ultra on the losing end. Is it Ultra's time?
Thought you were about to break into song there.
Always.
That would have been a hell of an end to what has been a great series. I think you should sing if this goes round 11, but I don't think it's going to. So if anything, we're saving everybody. Oh, Toronto Ultra are going to save everybody's ears from having to listen to that one. Oh, well, Cellium. Faze might actually be saving themselves 3v3. What's going on?
Down to a 2 versus 3. This is ending fast already.
Oh my god!
They're looking for it. A Simp finds one, but he's in a 1 versus 2.
Shall?
For the player jumping up and down. The bomb is going for it. Simp looking for not quite, and that will be Ultra. Glory is not given, it is earned, and Ultra have bled for this. The history books don't matter. The stats today do. It's a 3-2 win for Toronto Ultra. Faze falls.